Okay, so I'm back 24 hours later. And this is a little surprising, but I wanted to talk about this anyway. So, see how another mineral has sprouted up? I mean, it does remind me of something sprouting on top of this crystal cluster here. You're gonna see it a little bit over here because it's been soaking in the vinegar and hot water just overnight. And then these ones I rinsed off, 20 minutes max. But then overnight, some of the residual vinegar that was still there also did some sprouting. So that indicates dolomite. If you have a specimen with lots of dolomite, it really is pretty pronounced. But here you can see there is definitely some dolomite involved because just the residue of the vinegar. Now it was 80% strength, and so the residue alone yielded the sprouting just overnight. So that's kind of a fun science experiment. And I have indicated before, check it out, my video on testing for carbonates with vinegar. And I won't give too much away, but in that video, you will find out one way in which you can use vinegar, not just to test for calcium carbonates, but other carbonates as well. Now, this is another fun thing that happens, and I believe it's called popcorn rock. I'll have to double check it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And so when this happens, after the presence of vinegar and sitting, it's dolomite. That's what can happen. Now, not all dolomite does it, and I'm still not quite sure. I've done a lot of reading on the subject, and there really isn't a definitive answer. So if you know the answer, please share with the group, because I can't even get AI to find an answer for me on what makes certain dolomite have this response and other dolomite not have the response. Because so far, I find it quite often. And I actually just did a little scratch test with my fingernail inside on a few crystals that I had taken out to look more closely at. And I noticed that, yes, one area did scratch, indicating vinegar, but the more glassy areas did not. My fingernail could not scratch it, meaning it is harder than 2.5, which is roughly the hardness of your fingernail. So there is definitely another mineral involved. Now, dolomite has a hardness of 3.5 to 4, a little bit harder for sure. So that could very well be what's going on. So that's kind of a fun fact for you, and I can't wait to see how these bad boys clean up. Hold tight.